Josie, and I am the owner or the founder, should I say, of Girl Plus Kingdom TV and Ministries. And I am coming on here to talk about something, as you saw in the title, um, brokenheartedness. Life's not over, okay? You can start again. And if you know about this ministry, then you know that this ministry is all about empowering you to walk in the fullness of your purpose, do whatever it is that you have been born to do, and really just walk this faith journey out. It is not a walk for the faint, but if you found this channel, then this channel is going to help you to do that in one way or another, be it relationships, be it your actual purpose, what maybe you're struggling to find your gifts. And yeah, so welcome to the channel. Now, I wanted to first of all ask y'all, if you have not already done so, to please like this video, share this video, channel, and hit the notification. Listen, I will not be on here long throughout the week, more like I was doing at the beginning, because at the beginning I was really hitting it. I was going. And so today, I want to talk about when you are brokenhearted and what to do. As we know, God told us that He heals the brokenhearted and binds up our wounds. What do it mean when God said, I'll heal your broken heart and I'll bind up your wounds? Because I know that a lot of us have found ourselves in situationships. We found ourselves falling in love with somebody only for that love to end. We find ourselves dating people for years and years at a time only for it to end. And so if that's you, then this video is going to be dedicated specifically for you. Y'all know that song, if you were born in the 90s, if you were born in the 80s, okay, you may know that song by Brandy, Broken Hearted. Broken hearted, life's not over. I can start again while I'm on this. Broken hearted, it's not over. And y'all know the rest of the lyrics. If you don't, go listen to that Brandy song. Brandy is one of my favorite artists of all time. She's dope. And I just love her. But that song, Broken Hearted, it is not just a song of sadness. It's a song that actually you can start again. You may not know where to start after you experience a heartbreak, a bad breakup, or just having to leave somebody that you love. And take it from me, because I am currently single. If you know my story, then you know that I was married before twice, and I ended up having to leave that situation. But even after I left that situation, I ended up finding somebody else. And life is not over when things have to come to an end. People that you had to leave and you never expected for you to have to leave them. That leaves you with a broken heart. That leaves you in a place where you have to pick up missing pieces, where you have to then rediscover yourself. After every heartbreak, you got to go back in and allow God to heal those places in you. You have to go back in and undo the things that was done to you during the situation or during the relationship. And so if that's you and you find yourself in a season where you just cannot seem to find love, or love finds you, but then it has to go. What do you do when you're in a situation where you love somebody and then all of a sudden you have to let that situation go? That is not easy to do. It takes for you to really be grounded in something, for you to walk away from the love of your life. It takes you to really be grounded in something, for you to not lose yourself after a heartbreak, after a heart ache, okay? You got to find yourself again. You got to pick up the missing pieces of your life and carry on again. You got to begin to pick up those dreams, get it off the shelf, dust it off, and believe again, because some of you have literally forgot about yourself during the time when you was. It did not build you, it broke you. It did not make you better, miserable, and then you had to let it go. So now you find yourself in a situation like Brandy was. I'm brokenhearted, but guess what? Life is not over. I can start again. And I challenge you that if you are in that current situation where you feel like your heart is broken, or maybe I can shift it from a relationship with a man or a woman to a relationship with God, where maybe you felt like God broke your heart. He did not answer your prayers on time. He did not give you what you thought you wanted in the time frame you thought you wanted, or he may have told you to let something go, and now you feel like you're in a place where you are brokenhearted. But I came to let you know tonight, today, whatever time you're watching this, that the Lord is a restorer of hearts. The Lord is a repairer of broken hearts. And so we have to find ourselves as young people, as middle-aged people, as older people, those of you who know that God has a call on your life, you're chosen for something. You got to begin to sit with God in his presence and begin to ask God to heal that place in you that has been brokenhearted, because it's not going to just heal in time. And I know that we like to think that in time things will heal, but not if you don't address the brokenness that you feel. If you don't allow God to uproot that pain in your heart, if you don't allow God to uproot the miserableness you feel, the grief you feel as you break up with somebody that you love, or you have to pivot with God because the ideas that you thought God told you to launch, he actually told you to do something else. And now the very things that you were building, the very things that you were doing, the very things that, brought you fulfillment in one season, seem like that you're not by yourself. Maybe you don't understand the power of letting go. Maybe you don't understand the power of dancing in the wind. I have something coming down the line for you, every lover girl who has ever had a heartbreak and you have to sojourn through life again. I want you to begin to understand that life is not over for you. You can begin to dance with the wind, and the wind is a representation of the pain. The wind is a representation of the trials. The wind is a representation of the suffering. The wind is a representation of something violently coming into your life, and it feels like everything you once knew is now destroyed. But I came to let you know that if you cannot get with the wind, baby, it's time to dance with the wind, okay? It's time to pick up the missing pieces, enjoy the rainbows in the midst of the rain, because God, he has not forgotten about you. God has not forgotten about the things he spoke over your life. And maybe it hurt right now, but if you hold on, if you remember who you are in the midst of that heartache, in the midst of that pain, in the midst of that trial, in the midst where you ain't even know you was gonna have to go through that, what you had to experience. You thought that this person was your forever person. You thought the business idea would take off. You thought that God was going to come through for you this time, only for God to say, hold on, just wait. Give me a minute. I'm still working on that. I'm still working on you. I'm still working on the promise. I'm still developing something in you. And now you're faced to wait. Now you're faced to have to overcome some heartbreak and some challenges that you didn't even know you would have to overcome. But again, I come on here to encourage you, to let you know that if you anything like me, and if you anything like Brandy said, life is not over. I can start again. While I'm on this road of brokenheartedness, I've got to encourage myself, because maybe it's nobody in your immediate circle who can encourage you. But sometimes you got to learn how to encourage yourself. You got to learn how to pick your head up, hold your chin up, Remember your dreams. Remember that you are that girl. Remember that you are that guy. Remember that God has placed intricate amount of value on the inside of you. So let that be the anchor. When you're going through this season of brokenheartedness, remind yourself that you are her. You are him. And don't allow yourself to sink in the grief. Yeah, I said that. I said it. Don't allow yourself to sink in the grief. You got too much work to do. There's too much destiny in your life. There's too much that God has called you to for you to allow that brokenness that you feel on the inside, now that the person of your dreams have been literally ripped out of you and you feel like there's a missing piece. But I came to let you know that there was never a missing piece. You were whole before you got with them. So remember that. You were somebody long before you got the broken heart. You was somebody before you found out the bad news. You was somebody before you ever faced that trial or that circumstance. Remember that. While you on this journey, it happened. Things are going to try to trip you up. Things are going to try to come to remind you who you used to be, how you used to be, who you used to be. I came on here today to let you know, don't forget who you really are, because it's the truth of your identity that is going to anchor you in the times of trouble. It's the truth of who God is to you that is going to anchor you in the times of trouble, when you are going through brokenheartedness, when you are sad, when you are downtrodden, when you don't know which way to go. It is the identity of God that you have that's going to literally anchor you, that is going to propel you forward. It's going to give you a lift, a boost, so to speak. And it does not mean that everything is going to be perfect as you heal. It does not mean that everything is going to be easy for you while you heal. But what it does mean is that you have not lost all hope, but it's up to you. I just came on here to let you know it's up to you, Tony. We talking about how to bounce back after you've had a broken heart. Your favorite person left you. The things you thought you were going to do, achieve, accomplish, it did not happen for you. And now you left with an ache in your spirit and soul. And now you left to have to pick up the broken pieces or the missing or the fragment pieces because of the broken heart that you experienced. But life is not over for you. You are not dead, you are still living. And as long as you live and have breath in your lungs, you then therefore have the capacity to get up and dream again. Maybe do something that you love again. Do something that you normally would do. Moments of weakness. Moments where you feel like quitting everything that you started. Because grief has a way of gripping you. But the way that I have been navigating through grief for my own self is through connecting with other sisters and other brothers that love me genuinely. That is one of the ways community has helped me to not be so sunken. The other way is that I cry. I get it out. I don't pretend as if though nothing is wrong with me. I don't pretend as if though I'm all right and everything is okay. I don't pretend. I release my tears. I release my pain. I allow myself to grieve. I allow myself to feel. I allow myself to embrace where I am. But while I am embracing where I am as I heal from the pain, I am also reminding myself of who I am. I'm telling myself, the enemy is telling me, girl, get up. Then I have friends that tell me, girl, get up. Then I hear the Lord's voice when it sounds so faint sometimes, but I can still hear his whisper tell me, you're going to be all right. You're going to win. You're going to win. And so if the end of my story ends in victory, then what this means for me is that this is only temporary and but for a moment. The light afflictions. So be encouraged. Go back and watch the video all the way from the beginning. If you just now tuning in, be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe to this family. If you love transformational information from a kingdom perspective, I want you to join the family because there's so much in store in this, on this side of heaven, that I want to give to those of you who join. The channel is definitely about to take a go higher. We're about to do some different things. It's going to help expand your life, the kingdom of God, and all the things. I just wanted to come on here today as I go through my grieving process to encourage you as well, to let you know, get up. But first, before you get up physically, you got to get up mentally. Before you can get up physically and start to move in the flow and rhythm you had before the heartbreak, that you had before the grief, you got to begin to convince your mind that it's time, that you can't sit in this anymore, that you cannot allow the weight of the grief to cause you to sink in the rivers of depression. But you have to begin to tell yourself that now is the time for me to rise out of this, because I've got work to do. I've got people to serve. I've got destiny over my life, and I've got to move forward. Life will continue to move forward after the heartbreak. You remember the first heartbreak you went through and how it felt the very first time your heart was broken. But did you still see yourself after you had that heartbreak come out of that? Did you see yourself after you had that first heartbreak, when you was sliding down the wall and you was crying yourself to sleep at night? That's your power. That's your strength. That is the God in you. And today I came to challenge that God in you and tell you that you can and you will survive. It's time to rise. This is not a motivational speech. This is a speech to ignite the fire in you again and tell you that it hurts. Sometimes letting people go that we love and that we genuinely care for, it hurts. It breaks your soul into fragmented pieces. But you are still able, if you allow God to, and if you allow yourself to, get up again and live, because it's life after this. I love you. I didn't plan on being on here long as I was, because what I initially wanted to do was be on here for about 5 minutes and then let you go. But if you have any questions, if you're dealing with heartbreak, I want to pray for you. And I want to ask God to heal you, and to bind up every wound and everything that came as a result of you experiencing that heartbreak. I ask God to restore you. And so if it's no questions, if it's no prayer requests, I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here. Just want to let you know that I support you. You're not dead. You are alive. Life's not over. You can start again. You can dream again. You can laugh again. Dance in the wind. Dance in the wind. Let that pain be fuel for destiny and purpose. But allow yourself to grieve too. Cry, scream, yell, tell God that you feel, because it's in his presence where the Bible says that it's fullness of joy, and at his right hand is pleasures evermore. So when you crying and you in his presence and releasing all of those tears and stuff, just know that God is right there holding you and carrying you so that you can move forward. You may not feel him and you may not see him physically, but the Lord said he's near the brokenhearted and the cast down. So you got to believe that when you are hurting and when you are crying and when the tears come and the pain is there, that God is right there, literally near you, waiting to give you restoration, peace, joy, love, abundance. That is who God is. Do we always receive him or notice that he's there? Not all the time. Because sometimes the pain is so intense that we allow what we feel to override the truth, which is God. I'm talking to myself and ministering to myself as I minister to you as well. So I love you. Hold your head up. Know that this season that you are currently facing is temporary. It is not eternal. It is not eternal. And some of you need to get out of some situations because it's breaking you. Some of you need to close the door on certain relationships because it's breaking you. It is not building you. It is not making you better. You are not even recognizable. You have changed, but it has been changes that you know for yourself that was not assigned to you for the long haul. So you got to do the hard thing by releasing him and letting God bring you the person that he has for you. It's okay that you love them, that you thought it would be forever with them, that you thought, it would be a different story. But this is where we begin to release what we think into the hands of God so that God can then give us the perfect exchange, which is the person he really do have for us. And the other person that you deal with or dealt with, they're not bad. They may not be bad people. It's just sometimes people come into your life to give you what you need. And some people, it's time, when the time is up, then they've got to be released. They got to go. It was temporary. The seasons have changed now. And you have to be okay if that is your story. All right, we on the same page, y'all? We on the same page? I love you. And don't forget that. And don't let nothing change your pure, loving, abundant heart that the Lord has given you. Don't let nothing harden you is what I'm asking you. Don't allow anything to contaminate that pure love that you have, that the Lord has given you. Don't let nobody take that from you, because the devil sure be busy, boy. He be trying to, what he tries to do is he try to corrupt our hearts so that what God has for us cannot come. He try to make you harden that heart so when the right love comes, you cannot even receive them. He tries to drown us out with bad relationships, toxic situationships, pain, hurt. So when the right person comes, we can't even see them because we are so loaded with so much. We can't even see the right person. I pray that is not you. So do not allow your heart to grow or wax cold because somebody could not handle or receive the fullness of who you were. That just means that what you gave was pure and it's going to come back to you 100-fold. So wait on the Lord to send you that and keep an anchor in you while you wait. And the only way you're going to do that is if you allow God to be a part of your journey, because nothing else is going to really satisfy your soul the way God will. I'm telling you what I know. You can go drink it away. You can smoke it away. You can do all the things. But I'm telling you what I know, that while you in the season of heartbreak on your road to healing, nothing is going to help you heal like the presence of God, like the word, like you renewing your mind and also just sitting with God. God is the answer and he is the key to the healing. It's God and it always will be God. That's your anchor. That's why you're not really gonna drown in the midst of the ocean like you feel like you will. You're going to really bounce right back up. And you're going to do better works, greater works, because of the season you just came out of. So be encouraged. I love you. And I'll talk to y'all later. Have a blessed day.